Can you talk a little bit about the importance of supplementation?
Yeah, I'm a huge believer. I mean, the more you get into this, the more you discover actually how weak our food sources are now. It is not the food we had 50 years ago. It's not the food that our grandparents had. The soil is weaker. The GMOs have affected, and the herbicides and pesticides have affected the organisms in the soil. Our foods have anywhere from 20 to 80% less of the nutrition in them, our vegetables and fruits, than they did long ago. And when you GMO, it affects your gut's ability to be able to absorb it. You get more of the leaky gut and other issues. So it just goes on and on. Plus, you then add in the toxicity factors of things that are in our environment. And so, just from that basis, I actually believe everybody should be doing supplementation. And I was somebody who did not and ended up in hospital and on a whole different, completely changed journey because I discovered how important it was. The second thing to do with that, though, is like, this is a quick report for, it's in red and green, and this is the vitamin page. And where it's red means you do not have the genes that manage that particularly well. So in this case, this person has a B6, a B12, a vitamin D issue. We know in North America, we are often vitamin D deficient. It is a common deficiency. And so if you know where you've got weaker genes, the odds are you probably need even more support in those areas. And often we do guess, again, oh, this is the thing that is the latest and greatest and sounds really good. And often there's wonderful, truth around that. But it's wonderful when you can get your personal roadmap and be able to see, oh, okay, interesting. Oh, I'm also subject to iron deficiency. So I need to be more careful about, am I doing animal products? How do I get the iron in my body? Do I have the bees to support the iron? And how is that methylation and other things working? So that's the whole nutrition and vitamin piece, which is fantastic. And then I've got, also the macronutrients and the health piece, which I can talk to on detox, methylation, hormones, etc., because we look at all of those factors too.
What's great is my listeners have heard me talk about the Genius Insight app, which is on my phone. And this is a scan that does a scan of my body through my voice on a daily basis. So I can plug into this device my results from your program, what my genetics are, but then on a daily basis say, well, okay, do I need more vitamin D? Am I getting it? Am I sufficient in it now, today, real time? So it takes your genetics from what you are doing, and then you can actually test on a daily basis what you need, where you're suffering, and maybe it actually is more energetic and mental, that you have a mental block against, fitness goals or weight loss goals or detox goals. It's really interesting how all of those things can kind of play in as well. So that's just interesting if someone wanted to really take a look into what their health is from a genetic standpoint, and then for a real-time standpoint. And there are days when my scan will say, stay away from fish. You need to eat more of the bison or the lamb, and then vice versa. Or you are really in need of iodine today, or you're really low on your B vitamins, and it's real time. So it's kind of cool that you could take both aspects and they complement each other.